All right, welcome back to another episode of the Perfect 10 podcast brought to you by Boot Crew Media. I am one half of your host. I am Daniel Dees. Alongside me, as always, Mr. Jacob Purdy.
Yay. And we are making an adjustment on the fly.
Hey, go for it. It's not final until we start ranking. All right, today, Halloween's getting close, so we are breaking down the top 10 horror movie villains.
Yes.
I love this. Horror movies are something I grew up with. We'll get that later, but one horror movie I watched in kindergarten, and I was not okay after that. It's not a typical horror movie a child should start off with, but hey, my grandparents just had HBO. It was kind of newish at the time, so hey, it was on the agenda.
Okay. Hold on, dude. I mean, this is a bad move on my part, but it just I didn't love my 10 pick. So
all right, that's fine. All right. Shit. Trivia question.
Yes, throw one my way, brother. I'm about to be zoned back in. I think I'm gonna stick with this. Yep, going. All right.
Back to the question.
Which we forgot. So actually, shake back. Trivia question for last episode.
Mm-hmm.
How many songs are on Apple Music?
You motherfucker.
Actually, all right. It's a very, all right, think round, easy number guess. Sure, it's obviously in the millions. Think of the most round, easy number guess.
7.5 million.
That's not round, bro.
It is round.
100 million.
100 million.
Boom.
That was it?
That was what it said.
That's bullshit.
It can't be right, but.
All right.
Yeah, because we did a song episode. So.
All right. The 2019 film Brightburn. It's a movie about.
Never heard of it.
I'm about to tell you. I just said it. Movie's about. All right. The movie's about a little boy. It's kind of like Superman. Got found, raised by, was adopted by some farmers. But this one takes a turn because Brightburn is actually a villain. He discovers his powers and fucks up a lot of people. It is credited as the movie with the most on-screen deaths for a horror movie.
Oh, wow.
How many?
Wow. I mean, that's wild.
And they're not counting movies where like the world gets destroyed or anything.
Okay, so all right. Well, that's what I was just trying to figure out. So regular, is it under 80?
No.
Don't know why that number came to mind. So 117.
274.
I wasn't going to get there.
Mm-hmm.
Like visible deaths in a horrible movie? Like shows him killing 273 people?
274 people.
74 people. Okay.
Yeah, I've never seen it, but I kind of want to watch it now.
Very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That's so basically they're just killing people the entire movie.
Essentially, yes.
That's a lot of time to be killing people.
Hey.
Because if you're not talking about action movies, just running around shooting people, like in a horror, it's got to be a horror movie, right?
Yeah, it's kind of like a horror, thriller, whatever, science fiction, whatever.
Okay.
Bullshit. So you got any honorables, dishonorables? Because I got honorable, dishonorable, super mission, and a super mission.
So honorable mentions, I got so a lot of mine don't have names, right? And actually, as I say that, give me a couple seconds here. Dude, what happened? Okay, hold on. So honorable mentions, I have the bad guys from Vacancy. You remember the movie Vacancy?
No.
It's Luke Wilson. I'm pretty sure it's Luke Wilson. They stop at a hotel. If you don't know the movie Vacancy, I can't describe it all to you right now.
All right, I'll look it up.
It's basically just some dudes in like a little backwoods town that murder people that come and stay at this hotel.
Okay.
So they're Hellraiser.
Okay. That's not his name, but okay.
Well, so a lot I didn't look up his name, but
that was the movie I was referring to in kindergarten. I watched like it. He just had nails sticking out of his head. I'm like, oh, this dude looks cool. And then shit just went south. And I was just
okay.
But hey, if you're gonna start with a horror movie, just start up with that and everything
What's
else.
His name?
Pinhead, the Hell Priest, whatever you want to call
him. Pinhead makes sense.
They never mention him by name in the movie. Ever.
So in the honorables, I didn't really go through the name. So Amityville Horror.
I hate those movies.
That was
Like I like a movie with a villain. I don't like these.
so
like,
the villain was the spirit that lived in the
I
house,
hate,
right?
I hate bullshit spirits.
So Cold Creek Manor,
Cold Creek, hate it.
House of Wax,
House of Wax was fucking underrated.
Cabin in the Woods, but
Cabin in the Woods.
Cabin in the Woods,
fucking-
the villain is the rich people that
No, Cabin in the Woods is like the people who pull like the. It's weird. It's a very meta movie.
right.
The whole
It's all
thing-
mechanically like they go into this underworld that's all these.
Yeah, it's very meta because it's about horror. It's like, what's the word I'm looking for?
It's like it's a
Allegory. It's allegory for horror movie making and why horror movies all have like the same tropes and stuff.
right.
It's because people behind the scenes, aka the creators, they dictate what goes on. They swerve it. Yeah,
It's a very interesting.
I had very low hopes going into that movie.
That
I'm like,
movie was really good.
because that's one of the perfect examples of why your movie preview should not reveal any significant plot points.
Right.
Especially movies like that. Because I just thought it was just like Cabin Woods, like these zombie people are coming to like hack up some people. I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. I'll see it. There's nothing else playing.
That movie is wild.
But then it got good.
Yeah.
It got really fucking
That
good.
movie is wild.
I kind of want to watch it this weekend.
I got Deliverance. It was just a backwoods.
Love Deliverance.
That movie is disturbing.
Yeah. Never seen it.
That
Dude.
squeal like a pig's.
That's the
scene.
first time I've ever like been exposed to a dude raping another dude.
Just and every bit of raping.
Wee, wee.
I mean, it makes me sick thinking about it.
And the boy, and like the inbred boy with the banjo,
Yes. Dueling Banjos, all-time classic.
all-time banger. Oh, that should have been the theme song. I'm saying, oh, whatever.
I got Sinister as well, but again,
Gay.
that was dude, that movie is great.
I hate Sinister.
Well, because it's a spirit in the house.
Yeah, I don't like that shit.
Um,
It's just not interesting. It's just boring.
but no, Sinister is a great horror movie, though.
Mm.
You don't have to love the mechanics of how it works. Good over there, Brian.
I don't know what the fuck that was. I must have kicked something.
But that was my honorables. I don't have any dishonorables.
All right, my honorables. I got Norman Bates,
Norman Bates.
Psycho.
Oh, okay.
I got Ghostface from Scream, Cujo, Leprechaun, Candy.
Ghostface from Scream is ass, dude.
I know, but I just love the Scream movies.
Oh, dude, that just made me think. Do you have NIWDLS?
What? Hold on, just mute mics.
Okay. So the hook hand guy.
Yeah, I know what you did last summer.
Yeah.
I'll throw him in the honorables. I got Candyman, another guy with the hook. I got Jigsaw. I got Max Cady from Cape Fear. I got Buffalo Bill from Silence of the Lambs. I got that crazy hoe from Audition, one of the most disturbing movies I've ever seen.
I have not seen. Oh, we talked about this.
Watch it. You'll never
I'm
want.
not going to.
You're never going to talk to a strange broad again.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to do it.
Dishonorable mention. I got Jaws.
Oh,
Just stay out of the water.
stay out the water. Fair.
All right. Super mention. I got the OGs. I got Dracula and I got Frankenstein's monster.
Okay.
For my super mention, not a horror movie villain, but he has like a big body count.
Wait. Oh, I can't think of his name.
I'm talking huge body count.
Well, I'll before you said all that, the OJ has been in several movies.
No. I got Johnny Sins.
Body count.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Yep.
I was gonna do that for Halloween.
Johnny Sins.
Yeah.
How do you do that?
I just wear a lab coat and with a name tag that says Johnny. I'm already bald, blue eyes, and a little jacked.
Okay.
I may throw a cucumber in my
But-
pants.
But the women that recognize you, do you
That's
really-
what I'm saying. Ain't going for them.
Right.
Hey. You come talk to me, laugh, and say, "Oh, that's a great costume." I'm gonna say, "You don't touch me." You walk away.
I think we just made up a horror movie right there. A guy goes to the party dressed as Johnny Sins, gets abducted by a Johnny Sins fan, and shit just ain't
Yeah.
sweet.
Yeah. So you meant horror movie, not horror movie.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. He plays many characters.
Man of many hats.
Yes. So 10 on 8.
10 on 8, roll with it.
My number 10 spot, I got Gage. I didn't look up the last name. I probably could have taken the time.
Gage. From what movie?
Pet Cemetery.
Oh, the little kid. Oh, that's a good one. Didn't think of that.
I mean, you could put the villain.
One of the few instances where the remake is better than the original.
So, I mean, a wild movie, right? Like they figure out that whatever you bury in this pet cemetery comes back to life.
But it's just corrupt.
The kid gets killed, and the family is struggling. They're like, well, what if we bury the kid there?
Yeah, and it comes back.
And he murders them.
Yeah.
I mean, spoiler alert.
Yeah, if you want, no, you don't know, If anybody complains,
been around for like 40 years.
Well, not only that, if you come on to a podcast and we're talking movies, you're not allowed to get mad at spoilers,
Yeah,
unless it came out like last month.
Clearly, we're talking about movies, right?
Fair.
Yeah. So Gage from Pet Cemetery, just because it is creepy as hell.
Yeah.
My number 9 spot, a little bit of a blanket statement here. It's mostly just the big dude with the bat with the nails through it, if I'm thinking right. I haven't watched the movie in a while. I got all 13 Ghosts from 13 Ghosts.
Dude, I didn't think of 13. That's a fun movie.
13 Ghosts it's one of my favorite horror movies of all time.
I wish they would have made more movies with those ghosts.
So, I mean, all the ghosts are pretty creepy, but that one that's like just nasty and huge, like the guy
I can't remember
at the end.
his
It's the
name.
one at the end.
I like the one, Berserker. He has like the box on his head with
Yes.
a straight jacket. That dude was brutal.
Yeah.
I like the chick too.
Yeah.
'Cause that was back when you were a kid.
Her tits are all cut up.
Yeah, tits.
Yeah, exactly.
Ghost tits.
So all 13 Ghosts from the movie 13 Ghosts. Awesome movie.
Like it.
My number 8.
You're coming out strong.
Yeah, well, I mean, so my number 8 as well. So this one, it's kind of based off a true story. It's like from the 15th century. This cannibal family, they're like supposedly responsible of like up to 1,000 deaths, I think. Don't really have names for them, but it's all the inbreds from The Hills Have Eyes.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I like The Hills Have Eyes.
That is
the remake better than the original.
So the original was like 1974-ish.
And the remake was like 2000.
Early 2000s. Yeah, so I never saw the original. I just watched the remake, and it is creepy.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that, like, sure, I mean, vaguely based on true story, but kind of possible as well.
Yeah.
You're stranded out in the desert, no service.
It doesn't have to be the desert. It could be west we go.
These type of people can only exist in a secluded location.
Like Greensburg.
Sure.
Yeah.
Greensburg people aren't going to love that, but
I don't care. We're offending geographics all the time.
They do live in the hills.
Yes, they do.
So, fair enough.
All right, my number 10. I got The Thing from the movie The Thing.
Okay.
Kurt Russell.
I don't think I'm sure I've seen it, but I can't recall. I mean, I probably watched
They're
it
in the
when I was a
Arctic.
kid.
You don't know who's the alien or not, blah, blah, blah. Great movie. Still holds up.
Okay.
Yeah. Fun fact, if you want to go through a rewatch and you could tell who is the alien at all times because they made it to where light does not reflect off its eyes. Now off a character's eyes.
Interesting.
Like you can see us right now, we're looking at lights. You can see the light bouncing off of our pupils. Yeah, they went in and digitally removed that. So that's how you know who's the alien at that moment.
Okay. I'll remember that when I watch it back.
Number 9, nobody knows this person by name, by reputation alone. I got Pazuzu. That is the demon from The Exorcist.
Oh, that's possessing the
girl.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean,
yeah, it's a literal demon.
You just said you don't like the spirit thing.
That's a demon. That's not a spirit. It's a demon.
Did they ever show the demon?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't remember. I haven't seen The Exorcist since I was a kid.
Still one of those movies that hold up to this day.
It's a savage movie.
Very sad. That movie's brutal as hell. Number 8, I got Pazuzu's boss. I got Damien, aka the Antichrist from The Omen.
The Omen. Okay. Yep.
It's just ruined the name Damien for a lot of people.
Yeah. I mean, don't name your kid Damien.
I kind of wanted to name my son Damien. Once I figured out I was having a son, I was like, dude, Damien, it's right there. Damien D's just rolls right off the tongue.
Ooh, Damien D's. And you could make his middle name with an A, and he could be Dad as well.
Little Dad. And he's the Antichrist.
And it's a self-handicapping mechanism because if your kid's bad, well, your name's Damien. So
yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Prophetic.
Yeah. Prophetic.
Yeah. So number 8, Damien.
Okay.
So going into your 7-6.
So my number 7 rolls directly in from my 8. So in my number 8, I had the inbreds from Hills Have Eyes. My number 7,
I just forgot one. I know you have these people ranked, but go on.
so it's these people. Again, it's inbreds. I got Wrong Turn. The all the people that were living up amongst the woods.
Yeah,
in the
Wrong Turn.
backwoods.
Wrong Turn's kind of loosely a ripoff of Last House on the Left. But
Oh wait, you've told me before to watch Last House on the Left. I have not seen
that
it yet.
movie is it's a hard watch. Like back in the early 70s when that movie came out, people were having legit panic attacks in the theater.
Okay, so I'm probably not going to watch it. Living here by myself. So yeah, Wrong Turn though, that movie is great
Yeah.
and it is brutal. So I got whatever you call those bad people in there. Okay,
Springfieldians.
more like Coyell.
Yes, I like that. I like Coyell. There you go.
So that was my 7. My number 6. Dude,
We're just pissing people off.
That is a very local reference. No, but our people in Mesquite are not going to have it because when I say Coyell, they're not going to spell it right ever.
Nope.
Not a chance. I can't even spell it off the top of my head.
See.
There's more L's in there.
Oh.
There's
That's about as far as I'm going. I don't see of something.
It's not Coyell.
No, it's not.
Right. So that was my number 7. Then my number 6 spot. It's just a demon from Insidious.
Insidious was lame.
Insidious was great, dude.
Whatever, dude.
And it shows an actual demon. It wasn't a
He
spirit.
looked dumb as hell.
Okay, when they slowed it down, sure, he looked dumb.
He looked stupid.
They should have cut it to where they don't show him as much because they basically just showed him as a person walking around that was red with long fingers.
Yeah, he looked dumb as hell. That took me out of it. I would have liked it better if he looked cooler.
He looked plenty cool enough. They just showed him too much, too long.
Mm-hmm.
But Insidious, great movie though. You can hate on it if you want.
Whatever.
So that was my 6th spot.
My number 7, I got Pennywise, aka It.
Okay.
Likes to eat kids.
We're gonna get back to it.
All right, good. Number 6, Hannibal Lecter.
Don't have him.
Love Hannibal Lecter.
I don't really
He's like one of the first psychological villains that made you just uncomfortable to watch.
Right. So I don't really consider that a horror movie. I guess maybe a thriller. Sure,
say horror.
He's absolutely a villain.
I'm not going to debate somebody if it's a horror movie or not because I can see both points on it.
Yeah,
it's like if somebody says, "Well, Dumb and Dumber was not a Christmas movie," I'll be like, "Well, I understand where you're coming
well,
at,
you're wrong.
But you're wrong.
You are wrong."
So yeah, 6, Hannibal Lecter. He was a bad motherfucker.
Yeah, I didn't think about that at all.
And fun fact, Heath Ledger based his Joker performance off of Hannibal Lecter.
Okay, nice.
Just a little fun nugget.
Just getting that mental.
Yeah, that unnerving.
Yeah.
Psychological, like something's off with this dude. I can't put my finger on it. It's just he's uncomfortable to be around.
Okay.
So yeah, number 6, Hannibal Lecter.
So my number 5.
You're 5.
I got Pennywise from It.
Hey, Pennywise. Just a clown.
Now the thing is, though, he could have been killed easily at any point.
He really could have.
Like
he had the lamest weakness. Even in the book, he's scared of turtles. Not to be fair, that turtle represents God, but whatever.
But Pennywise from It, like his character, like the way it's portrayed in the movie, if you're just not creepy as hell.
If you're not scared of him, he ain't gonna fuck with you.
Yeah. Well, and it's just the whole way it's portrayed is just super creepy. So,
but yeah, like both Tim Curry and Alexander Skarsgård, however you say his last name, both nailed that role.
Yeah, for sure.
Made it creepy as hell.
I need to go back and watch. I haven't seen it in a long time. And there's so many different variances of that same movie, which, just a clown as a villain. As a serial killer.
Actual serial killer, John Wayne Gacy, who dressed up as a clown.
Right.
And raped little boys.
Yeah. So that's my 5 spot. My number 4 spot. So this is where it gets a little bit more into
The
the
classics.
the reality of them being this creepiest part. This not necessarily the greatest horror movie of all time. Was a Halloween costume of mine before me and Montana. Great Halloween costume for the effect, but terrible because nobody knows who you are.
Yep, I knew you had them. You got the strangers.
The strangers.
That's one I just had that revelation about. Like that, I was like, damn, I forgot the strangers.
So
Strangers were awesome.
And I mean, the problem is terribly real.
Yeah, that could actually happen.
I mean, they just whenever they ask them, like, why are you doing this? Like, well, because you were here.
You're just home.
You were home.
That like I heard that line, I was like, I love this movie so much.
I don't. I hate that, dude.
I
It's
love
like,
it.
it could happen any moment, dude. I mean, it's like
And there's nothing you could do to prevent it.
nothing.
Like you could just be walking on home and you just get ambushed.
And there's so many terrifying things in that movie. Like whenever he gets the shotgun and he's like tucked off in the corner and he's just sitting there and his buddy runs around the corner and he kills his friend
Yeah, that could happen too.
because he's such in defense mode. Anybody like he's just waiting for the
Everybody is enemy at that point.
He's just waiting for the killer to step around the corner and he just blasts his like best friend to bits. So scary.
What can you do?
And like again, it's just like these dudes are just terrifying these people just because they're home.
Love it.
I
It was
don't
just a dude and two chicks.
just I mean,
I wish there was like more movies with him.
no, I don't want to.
I do, man. That shit was great. I love The Strangers.
So I have the strangers.
I can't believe I forgot. Like they would have made at least top 7.
So they're in the 4 spot, just because they are just actually terrifying.
Yeah. All right. So my 5 through 1. I feel like this could be anybody's top 5, just mixed up. So
Okay.
and I know somebody, who how you not have him at number 1? Because I just don't. All right, number 5. I got Michael Myers.
Okay. I don't have them.
Oh, that's surprising.
Love the character. It's terribly frustrating though.
The new movies suck.
Well,
I hate the new movies.
It's terribly frustrating because he's always just walking and he catches everybody.
Yeah, that sucks too.
It's like the most classic horror movie portrayal of like the killer is just walking and everybody's running and they just get caught every time.
yeah, it's so dumb. They didn't get rid of that.
I mean, like that's a classic 80s thing, sure.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, mad respect to Mike Myers, no doubt.
All right. So
And that mask is iconic.
yeah, it was actually
The white mask with the
I think it
hair.
was a William Shatner mask from
Okay.
Star Trek. They just spray painted it white and fucked up the hair.
Nice.
Number 4. I got somebody you already mentioned. I got Pinhead.
Okay.
My first ever horror movie villain I've ever seen. Like when they start throwing chains out, fucking people up, piercing their skin, and like ripping off their flesh, saying that we have an eternity to know every like cell in your body. I'm like, I'm like 6 years old.
I don't, to be honest, I don't think I've ever actually watched that whole movie. I think I've seen bits and pieces here and there. I've not sat down and watched it.
You can just watch the first 2 movies and be okay. You don't have to watch any ones after that.
I doubt I watched 2 of them, but I'll watch one probably.
The remake actually comes out tomorrow.
Oh, wow.
Yep, it's on my agenda.
Well, so it came out a few days ago.
Yeah, it actually did.
Hopefully some of y'all watched it.
Yep, I hope y'all watched it. I hope you enjoyed it. That's a good catch. So yeah, that's my 5-4.
Okay, nice. My number 3. All right, now we're getting to it.
Now we're getting to the nitty gritty.
Okay, now
We probably had the same top 3.
we definitely don't have the same one.
Okay.
I know that for a fact because you've mentioned them somewhere along the way.
Okay.
My number 3, I got Leatherface.
Don't have them.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Another one that's annoying because he's carrying a chainsaw and walking most of the time, and he catches everybody.
That remake was kind of hilarious.
Next Generation, or the actual remake?
The actual remake that came out like last year.
Okay, so right, like 2004, maybe.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre: Next Generation came out, and it's got to be a comedy.
I think it was. Like I don't know what direction they went with
It had
that.
to be a satire because it was so absurd. It's one of the funniest movies I've ever seen, but
It's bad.
it's so bad it's good.
Yeah, it's one of those. I just don't have Leatherface because I just never really cared about Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Right. Well,
But he did have one of my favorite kills of all time.
It's based on a true story, right?
Yeah, he's based off of Ed Gein, the serial killer.
Right.
Which, by the way, Slayer, the band I played at the beginning of the episode, they made a song called Dead Skin Mask, which is also based on Ed Gein. That was almost a song I picked.
Okay. But yeah, so being it's based on a true story, it's an actual villain, real life villain. Just adds a little to it.
Yeah.
And Texas Chainsaw Massacre, solid movie.
Yeah. Leatherface and Norman Bates Psycho, based on the same guy, Ed Gein.
Oh, Psycho's based on him too?
Yep, same guy.
Okay.
That just went different directions with it.
Interesting.
But the most brutal kill he's ever done, like one of my favorite horror movie kills ever, is like when the guy opens up the door and Leatherface is just standing there with a hammer and just smokes him in the head. The guy just falls in and you just see his body just flailing.
Oh yeah.
Because of the brain damage. And he just grabs him and he just slams that metal door. It's just masterpiece.
I just remembered one.
Who you got?
I'm not gonna say it because I got a feeling you might have it in yours.
All right, that was your number 3?
That was my 3. Do you have any in your top 3 that is a thriller, not a horror movie?
No.
Okay.
These 3 are actual horror movies.
Okay, so we definitely both missed on one. Who have we referenced in this
podcast? Oh shit!
Who have we referenced in this podcast?
American Psycho.
Yes.
Oh my god, I didn't even think.
Patrick Bateman.
Patrick fucking Bateman. That's an all-time whiff, boss.
I mean, we've talked about. We've mentioned Patrick Bateman. I mean, might be our 3rd most reference of anything on this podcast.
This is worse than you. Nah, it's not as bad as you fucking up, not having to back that ass up.
That's fair.
That's the worst.
That's the biggest
blunder ever.
But super mentioned Patrick Bateman.
Super duper fucking mentioned Patrick Bateman. Number 3, I got Jason Voorhees.
Okay, I knew you were gonna have him. I don't have him in mind.
Classic.
It's an all-time classic, no doubt.
I love the remake Friday 13th. I wish they'd keep going in that direction because this Jason actually runs.
Okay, nice.
He's actually more
about time.
Yeah, he's actually more methodical, strategic in his skills. He's actually it's like he's a hunter.
Oh, as he should be.
Yeah, the remake of Friday 13th. That's my favorite iteration of Jason. Well, I love all of them. Don't get me wrong, but it's just that one's my favorite Jason, especially when he cooks, gets the girl in the sleeping bag, holds her over a fire, and lets her just roast.
That's brutal.
That is.
Dude. I mean, there's so many of them. I even have most of them on DVD, like from back in the day. I never just watched through all of them.
You should. It's a good time.
Okay. That was your 3?
That was my 3.
My number 2. I doubt there's no way you have it in your top 2. I got the chick from The Ring.
Lame.
No, dude.
Lame.
Whenever she crawled through the TV.
Okay, that's one of those movies I would have enjoyed a lot better had they not shown all that in the previews. Like her crawling on TV, that was in the preview.
That was an all-time moment in a horror movie.
That could have been an all-time moment had they never shown that in the previews.
Right.
If I saw that movie in theaters, I knew it was coming. If they did not show that in theaters and they showed the chick crawling on the TV, that would have been great.
Yeah, no, it's just an all-time moment. Just the chick from The Ring, just because your death was inevitable.
Yeah.
If you so just that aspect of it, for some anytime I think of horror movies, The Ring is one of the best early 2000s horror movies.
Yeah.
And naturally her being the villain slips right into the list. And like I say, just that whole the way all that the way that all went down, just classic.
Yeah. I like it.
Okay.
I mean, it's just a lame pick though for top 10.
Top 3.
She probably won't even make my top 50.
Chick from The Ring, dude.
She probably wouldn't be top
I don't even
50.
know. She don't have a name.
She doesn't, does she? All right, my number 2. Means you don't have my.
I don't have either one of the ones you have.
That's insane. I got Freddy Krueger at number 2.
All right, I figured you would. That's. I mean, sure.
I love Freddy.
He's the one that shows up in your nightmares.
Yeah, he's like Santa Claus.
Okay. Yeah, I mean that's a obvious pick. Fair. It's fair.
I just like him because he has that. I'm gonna fuck with you before I kill you. I'm gonna make a joke out of it.
I'm trying to think. Well, and it's like one of the most obvious common Halloween costumes. It's the striped shirt.
Yeah, the Boulder hat.
Yeah. I mean, great character. Don't get me wrong. It's an all-time classic.
Mm-hmm.
But I just don't find it that terrifying.
Yeah, I mean, it's silly, but it's just he's so iconic.
Right. Iconic for sure belongs in that. But like as far as like
he was my number one leading up to Nay, and then I swapped my one into
I just don't find him that scary, really. You know?
Until he shows up in your nightmares.
Fair. But he is, I mean, don't get me wrong, he's an iconic horror movie villain, no doubt.
Yeah. Until he shows up into your actual dreams, cut your tongue out, and put your dick in your mouth.
I don't want that.
I don't think anybody does.
Yeah, I don't really have nightmares that much. Other than sometimes I thought about this the other day, legitimately. I've many times had dreams where my teeth were falling out.
Yeah, that's a common dream, apparently.
Right. And it's like you think I've woken up many times and checked my mouth. Like, wait.
Yeah, they said that the reason that happens because it's your brain.
It's like a stress thing or something.
No, they said it's your brain's telling you that you're saying stuff you shouldn't be saying. No, it's not.
That's not.
I hate dream interpreters. They're almost as bad as astrology people.
Yeah, because it's not. Nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
Yeah.
Nobody knows.
So
yeah, it's my number 2.
So my number 1, you put in your honorable mention, which I thought was criminal, considering the
Let me guess. Jigsaw.
Yes.
Okay.
Jigsaw, because it could very well be real.
No.
What do you mean?
Nobody's kidnapping people and throwing them in death houses.
But they could, though. Like some stupid rich person could absolutely.
Well, they did have H.H. Holmes, who did have like a murder hotel, but it wasn't like booby traps or anything. It's just different rooms he used to kill people.
So the thing is, though, they put you in a room with somebody that you know or care about or whatever, and they force you to choose between you or them. And that's a nightmare.
I mean, I'm picking me.
I'm picking me every time, but I don't want to have to kill my friend.
I mean, I'll kill you. I mean, if we're being real, and I expect you to kill me.
I would.
Okay, good.
But I
don't feel as bad.
But then I would hate to live with that.
I mean, I had that'd be years of therapy, but
but also, I mean, I'm just thinking of this like where the person had to jump down into a whole bed full of needles.
One trap. Okay, I could do that. I mean, it's just needle. The one I can't do was when the key was behind their eye. That's one I can't do.
That's what I'm saying, dude. All these things, like
I could jump in the used needles, whatever. I just get tetanus or whatever.
Dude, your entire body is stuck full of needles, and you have to crawl around with needles sticking you everywhere.
Oh, especially if it gets underneath your fingernail.
Everywhere, dude. And the one where they the raccoon trap where they had to.
I was pretending like it's like a bunch of kittens.
Had to get the key out of the box where it was
where
it folded up, and then it basically cut their hand off.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so many of these things. Dude had to saw his leg off.
That sucks. But you gotta do what you gotta do.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
My favorite one wasn't even in the Saw movies. It was in a Scary Movie where it made fun of Saw, was when they had to make Shaq make a free throw to escape. That was hilarious.
That's good stuff. You know what I didn't think of? Do you have any Brad Pitt movie references in yours?
Oh, the dude from Seven.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was awesome.
What's in the box?
That one line, the way he delivered it,
it was
over the top. It kind of ruined the movie.
The glutton.
That one was freaky as hell.
Yes.
Yeah, did not. Or the one where the guy looked like he was dead from starvation, but he was still alive.
Yeah,
that was freaky too,
dude. That whole movie is wild. But no, I got what's his name from Saw? Jigsaw. Yeah. Just because. Like, just all the scenarios in that whole movie series, like, it was such a good horror movie. What they made, like 5 or 7 of them. I know they made 5 because it's endless. Like, whoever came up with that premise, genius.
Correct.
You can make
it's a great premise, but it turned too much from like horror into like gore porn.
Right.
Like it was cut from the same cloth as Hostel.
Right.
It's okay to be gory, but just at some point it just comes like too much as like, look how gory this is. Look at all the blood, blood.
Right.
I'm like, whatever.
But Jigsaw, dude, and he's such a creepy on the tricycle. You know, like the man. I mean, they made a good villain. They made quite
the better movie was Saw 2, where the son was in the safe the whole time behind him.
I can't remember. I think I watched the first 3.
The second one was where the detective was looking for his son. He was like, all you gotta do is sit here and talk to me, and I promise you'll get your son back. And then like the safe was on timer.
Yeah.
But he left. Donnie Wahlberg left too soon. Like 5 minutes later, the safe opens, but Donnie Wahlberg ends up getting trapped in the house.
Classic.
First 3 Saw movies, great.
Yeah.
Everything after 3 is just lame as hell, especially the Chris Rock one. Did you see the Chris Rock one?
What?
Yeah, Spiral. It was like a prequel or something like
I
that.
have not seen that.
You need to just for the sake of it, but it was just shit. It was shit from beginning to end.
I'll take your word for it.
Chris Rock in a serious role was not good. Because I expect him to like crack a joke or something.
Right.
It'd probably been a decent movie had it not been Chris Rock.
No, I mean, I haven't seen that.
Yeah, don't. I mean, you should, but don't.
Okay, so you're one spot. What'd I miss?
I got Chucky.
Okay, he was in my top like 6. I took him out just because.
Like Freddy, he fucks with you, but Chucky is more of an asshole because he gaslights you into thinking that you're crazy.
So the reason I had him in I think I had him in a 5 or 6 spot. I took him out because it's a doll.
Yeah, but I just like him because
just throw him in the fireplace.
I've been watching all the movies leading up to like the new season premiere of the Chucky show. Like first season, great. Second season, I'm pretty pumped for. So I just watched all the Chucky movies, rewatched the first season of Chucky, and it's just great.
Close him up in a box and burn him.
They try that. He always comes back.
But I mean, like, it's just, I mean, I get it. It's another, like, Stephen King had quite the run.
It's not Stephen King. But,
is it not?
Mm-mm.
Oh, for some reason I thought.
Can't remember the guy's name, but like the guy only cares about the Chucky universe.
So Stephen King was It. Pet Sematary.
Pet Sematary, Salem's Lot.
Secret Window.
Yeah, Secret Window. The Shining.
What
else? He's just done a lot of shit. And he's still pumping shit. He's Fairy Tales just dropped. I heard that book was amazing.
I have not seen that.
Well, no, it's a book that just literally came out like a couple of weeks ago.
But yeah. No, I had Chucky in my list, but I took him out because he's a doll.
Understandable. Like I said, I just love him.
Yeah.
Brad Dourif, who does the voice of Chucky, amazing actor. He was in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. If you don't really can't put it. He was the guy who killed himself.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
One flew over the Cuckoo's Nest. Solid. Like
that's probably my favorite Jack Nicholson movie.
You have to appreciate that style.
Oh, honorable mention: Nurse Ratched. The nurse from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. The nurse who was just an evil bitch.
I don't. I'm trying to pick. I don't know. I can't. It's been a while since I watched it.
On HBO Max if you have it.
But Rundown. Okay. So I got Gage from Pet Sematary.
Mm-hmm.
I got all 13 of the ghosts.
You know it.
The inbreds from The Hills Have Eyes. My number 7 spot, the inbreds from Wrong Turn. 6, the demon from Insidious. 5, Pennywise from It. 4, the Strangers from The Strangers.
Didn't overlap a lot.
3, Leatherface from Texas Chainsaw Massacre. 2, the chick from The Ring. And number 1, Jigsaw from Saw.
All right. Number 10, I got The Thing. Number 9, Pazuzu. 8, Damien. 7, Pennywise. 6, Hannibal Lecter. 5, Michael Myers. 4, Pinhead. 3, Jason Voorhees. 2, Freddy Krueger. Number 1, Chucky.
Okay. So yeah, go watch some horror movies. It's almost Halloween.
Yeah, happy Halloween.
Or go if you heard that too quick and short, go watch some horror movies as well.
Yeah, if you're lonely.
I
mean, if you're not lonely, just watch it with a partner.
I said horror movies both times.
I thought you said horror movie, like old Pete.
I might have said horror movies both times. I might have said horror movies both times.
That works.
But anyway, we'll figure out what we're doing next week. We don't really know yet.
All right, I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
Actually, let's do this one. I added it.
Oh, there was one that I really liked. Just Do Things.
just do things and unhinged behaviors. I feel like those can both be hilarious.
Let's see. Hold on. Where did that unhinged behaviors?
Yes, things that people do that just are just psychotic.
Okay. All right. I can.
Because I heard about one that made me put that on the list, and I immediately put that as my number one, so I did not forget it.
Okay. So just do things and unhinged behaviors. All right.
All right. That's it.
All right. Well, till then. Peace. Did we do this thing again?
Peace.
Peace. Keep it running. Keep it running. Where is it at? We've done this so many times, bro. Oh, we're almost there.
Yeah.